All right, hey everybody, welcome to UA Day 5!
Yay! Yeah. All right, good morning guys. Everybody have a good time yesterday? Yes. That is a cool trail. So this morning, like I mentioned last night, you do not want to air up because we are not done with the dirt in this immediate area just yet. We're gonna go do a couple of things this morning, and then after we do those things, that's when we're gonna hit the highway. We do have quite a few road miles today to do. We are basically going to be making our way to Yellowstone.
So who's never been to Yellowstone before? White Scout has not. Talking Chicken has not.
King Spicer has not either.
We are at the Missouri mill site, which I just started walking around, but there's all kinds of cool stuff. It's an old mill, ore processing mill from probably late 1800s, 1890s, and there's still all kinds of stuff left here. These are some kind of spinning turntable looking thing, and I noticed up there on the top of whatever that auger assembly is, it looks like some sort of a ring gear. There's probably a pinion gear that goes with it that we will all be attracted to because we all have ring and pinion gears. Yeah, there's a lot of big chunks of stuff that are still intact here, so it hasn't been scavenged or people haven't hauled stuff off.
Well, we visited the Missouri mill. Now we're back down at the bottom of the hill, practically at the pavement. We're gonna air up, and then next stop, Yellowstone.
A sheep on the left, on the side of the bank. Sheep or a mule deer. It was probably a goose. Looks like some serious river rats in there. That would be pretty fun. Can we just hang a right and go up the creek?
You go right ahead, Roscoe. We'll pull together some bail money for you.
10-4. Pulled off here. Something's getting hot. I think the transmission's getting hot. Yeah, I'm here with him and Kenny's here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump a little fuel in while we wait on this thing to cool off just a tad.
So Ian's transmission is just getting hot and not pulling, so we're going to use the voodoo rope and pull him into town and let it cool off. No, we're following a bunch of guys up here. Thank you.
That water is crazy clear. Wow.
If you could grab a voodoo rope and drag that moose out of the water. Where's the moose? Moose that was dressed up like an elk. That's a goose. Hey, what's the story on the giant caldera and how it's going to explode someday and it's this whole valley? So there's a gigantic blob of liquid hot rock underneath Yellowstone, and that's why it's geologically active and why there are geysers and mud pots and stuff.
We all gonna die.
But the water that's in the geysers is very, very, very hot, but it's not all the same. All of these, it'll come out at above boiling, and that's basically what's happening. Is like, for some reason, there's a change in the gas pressure wherever the water is, and it shoots out because all of it turns to steam instead of being water.
The great staff at the Yellowstone National Park. As you can see, they have a leak in their sprinkler system back here, but they still let us all come in and enjoy the park. This is one of the most beautiful parks in America. That was the oldest, most faithful geyser I've ever seen.
You just had to.
Dog fight.
Good timing though, Trent. That was cool to see that geyser.
I wish I could tell you it was all planned, but it worked out.
There's a bison out in that creek to the right. Bison burgers. What does the G stand for? Is it 3G or 4G? Gangster. Geology. Ground beef.
So today we arrived at Yellowstone, which is my first time here. It's been epic. It's beautiful. And the wildlife around every turn. Not counting the wildlife that's in the group, but this is different, natural wildlife. But it's been awesome.
And how does it make you feel, like being a part of this park?
Oh, it's great. Glad to be American. Glad to be a
Sorry,
citizen.
Fred's being a freaking.
About a month ago, when that lady was trying to stand right up close, wanting to get a picture taken with her, and it gored her. Yeah, it killed her. Hey, look, the zombies are out of their cars and going into the woods. Tommy, are you a white buffalo? A white claw buffalo. So you're saying a little more basic? Blah, 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 blah.
Tonight's the night. We're gonna fix all the problems.
That's right. 24-hour shop. I'll fix them out like I did Dave. Well, that may not fix the problem then.
So we left Yellowstone in the rear view, got a couple more miles to go, the sun's coming down, and we're gonna head into Cody, Wyoming. Gotta get ready for day 6 tomorrow. Who knows what that's gonna bring.
Made it all the way to, where are we? We're somewhere in Wyoming. Made it all the way to Wyoming somewhere, and had a shower. First one in like 3 days, so that was good for me. And now I'm adding a second transmission cooler to the truck because on the long road days, transmission started to get a little hot. We think 2 coolers is the solution.
All right, tell us a little bit about this. How
This
it works.
should fit in here, but it doesn't.
It jumped out and it was
Jumps out.
grinding on basically on this.
See how this
Gears.
one, it's all ground back. This one's missing. So if this isn't engaging, then this is just free. So the truck's basically neutral. So that's why it stopped working.
So tomorrow is a 400-mile road day, which is kind of gnarly, and I get these 717 gears in here, which I hadn't done an oil change on yet. So tonight I came in and drained and filled the gear oil, and then we were also working on the rear brakes, trying to figure out why I've had none at all. So we took some washers and we spaced the brake caliper brackets off of the axle there to try and get it to where the caliper can float like it's supposed to. So I guess tomorrow morning we'll find out if any of this worked or if it was just a waste of time.
All right, hey guys, welcome to UA Day 6. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed the heck out of yesterday. I mean, we saw a bear, we saw elk, we saw moose, we saw
Bison.
buffalo, yeah, and Old Faithful erupting. Not to mention the mill that we went to. That was really kind of cool. So today is going to be a more traditional road day, I think. So nuts and bolts of today, Trent?
I'm sure you guys have done the math. You know where we're going to be tonight. You know where we are right now. It's a lot of miles. But that's not to say that we're not going to do some dirt. Got a couple little prizes in store, but mostly it's going to be, ground pounding and stuff like that. And there might be a pretty cool little surprise at the end too.
Thanks to Ian, the most considerate TV host.
I am not ashamed to admit that I have had 3 showers in the past 24 hours. Unfortunately, I then got in this Jeep, and now I'm dirty again. So, but thus is life. At least my hair is good.
But yeah, if you want your brakes not to work, let me and Dave work on it tonight. We'll have to refer to Sam about what the quality of this stuff is, since he's the expert. Yeah, this is not good dust right here. This is just kind of not good dust at all. We need thicker dust.
How would you describe the mouthfeel of this stuff?
It's not as gritty as I really like it, but it'll work.
Trent, if you could just call in a crosswind, that would be great. See what I can do. Unfortunately, though, that's going to cost extra. That's the platinum package.
The pandemic package we're working with this year.
They must have just thrown it in for free because we just got what you wished for, Dave.
It's just a teaser. It's just going to get you drawn into buying the package. So back on the Geology, the first day up near Kalispell, we were in lots of igneous rock. And yesterday there was a bunch of metamorphic rock, and pretty much what we're going to see today is sedimentary rock.
Hi, my name is Vern. So my name is Vern Simons. I'm the tech editor for the 4-Wheeler Network. And as a kid, I kind of got introduced to four-wheeling by coming out here to look for fossils. And it's hard to believe, but these hills are full of fossils. And they've mostly eroded out of these mudstones. That's sort of the gray and purple and red stones that we have behind us. And if you walk around long enough, you might find a crocodile tooth or part of a turtle shell just sitting on the ground out here from the Eocene time period.
Geology talk from Vern Simons. I am now a geology expert. This is an old fighting rock. You hold it in your thumb and make a fist, and then you can fight with it. So I found that, and then I found this crocodile tooth.
Wow, okay.
So, but I'm gonna leave these here for the next geologist.
These supposedly are fossilized ant holes or insect holes.
They get filled in afterwards and then become mineralized. And he said you see a lot of them, and you proved it. But is that not fossilized poo?
Jeez.
From a raptor? Looks like it.
You think a raptor's
And this is a scraping for like hides and.
You guys are pulling out.
Vern, that was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I encourage you guys to come back here with your families. If you come out here and start mining fossils and trying to sell them on the internet, I will hunt you down and make your life miserable.
After fueling up in Worland, it was time to hit the pavement and get some miles in. But that doesn't mean it wasn't going to be scenic. We headed through the Bighorn National Forest and Granite Pass, which has an elevation of over 9,000 feet, and much of that climb is continuous. Several members of the group started dropping like flies with a variety of overheating issues.
Side kick pulling over to you, get a little warm. I can pull you for a little while. Trent, we're on our way up in the side kick. We're milking it.
After getting cooled off at the top, I had one more surprise in store for today.
It's a beautiful country. I think this is probably the proper break-in procedure for the gear set.
I completely agree with that.
Big drag lines out there.
Some of them dump trucks on the left are full of coal, the other ones are empty.
Trent, this is Dave. Did you get the update on Ian? They made it 25 miles before the T intersection, and I think it's dead in the water, and Ian's friend is coming with the trailer to drag him into town.
Well, we're kind of wrapping up at the end of a pretty sweet day here at Mount Rushmore. This is actually my second attempt, and this time it was successful to make it to Mount Rushmore. The last time I was pulling a 43-foot trailer, went through the windy ups and down roads on the way to here. Truck was overheating, transmission was having trouble all over. We never actually made it out of the parking lot. We turned around and left, so this time was super cool. It's night out, lit up in the sky, looking good after a long day of pounding dirt and pounding pavement all the way across Wyoming and now into South Dakota to make it here. So awesome day, awesome day, doing awesome day.
Okay, so that's a wrap on UA Day 6. We woke up in Cody, saw some geology, had some road miles, some dirt miles, went up a mountain, came down a mountain, and now here we are at Mount Rushmore to cap off the day. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be our hardest trail day. You're not gonna wanna miss it.
Vern over here, he's gonna chime in. Are you getting good at camping yet?
Oh yeah, very good. I think the best thing about camping is the hair you end up with without really planning it.
What products do you guys use?
This has got like lots of dust from the trail and some sweat and
he actually went swimming. This is
the human equivalent of lanolin.
I don't know what he's using, but I'm using 80-90 with a mix of gyro and brakes.
Oh, there's that.
I was here like 2 months ago, with my wife and kids, and I thought it was going to be a really cool idea to like go hike up to that point back over there and watch it, and I'm in trouble with my wife now because it was like way too far away. So you bring the family, come right here where all the spectators are at.
So if you need to work on your truck in a parking lot at 10:45 on a Thursday, you start business up top. People respect this look. It looks professional. But as you can see, you gotta have some mobility. You gotta be able to move within the hips. You gotta be able to shake them, but you gotta keep your feet protected. That's where the boots come in. You got the breathability, you got the mobility, and you got the protectability all in one package. Let me tell you, son,